Egon, we've been talking jobs, we've been talking pay. Let's talk housing, because sometimes these figures all come out at a similar time, don't they?
And of course, they're all linked in one way or the other, aren't they? Well, what's happened is we've had the latest snapshot on the property market here in the UK. It's from a company called Property CI. Now, what they found is it's a pretty mixed picture. Right. So we've got asking prices down by about 5%. We've also got new instructions down by a similar percent. But the peculiar thing is that the number of people who are actually buying properties, that's actually gone up slightly.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. So let's try and find out what's happening.
I think we should.
Let's talk to the property analyst, Kate Faulkner, who joins us now.
Hi there.
Kate, what for you is the most troubling aspect of the property market at the moment?
Well, to be honest, there isn't much that is troubling. The only areas where you're getting a few problems are London, South East and in East Anglia, where they kind of had such rapid growth since the credit crunch, saw house prices rocket up by 40 to 60%, that they're now seeing, they're kind of overshot, and they're now seeing those falls of 5 to 10%, because of course that national average is made up, as you say, of a very mixed picture. But head over to the northeast and you're hardly seeing price changes at all. And one of the reasons why, even in a slightly odd or doesn't seem a good performing market, exchanges can go up, is because you have more serious buyers and sellers, because they're the people that have really got to move. So that's perhaps explains that statistic a little.
So do you think that we're going to see a move towards more affordability, particularly for first-time buyers who in many parts of the country have been priced out of the market?
Yeah, and that really is in those sort of areas, and why the London, the South East and East Anglia have actually stopped growing, and you've seen falls back because of the affordability. For the first time since about 2000 has got a cap now because of the change in the mortgage rules, where you had a limit to what people could lend at 4.5 times income, and indeed the affordability is based on 6 or 7% rates, not the sort of 2% that people can access at the moment. But what we are seeing is around the rest of the country, so I'm in Nottingham, for example, affordability is actually pretty good here. Head back to the northeast and actually properties cost less on average than they did 12 years ago, yet we've got these incredibly low mortgage rates that you can access of 2 or 3%, which for anybody bought in the 90s and remembers 17% mortgage rates, that will seem a phenomenally good value to put a roof over your head.
Kate, I'm going to mention the B word to you, Brexit, and the uncertainty that that's brought about. What impact is that having on the property market?
Well, it definitely has had an impact since September last year. We had quite a run of bad news. You'll have been reporting on the freeze in March, followed by bad news in the car industry and the high street. And then on top of that, there was a little bit of misreporting that Mark Carney had said prices are going to drop by 35%, where my understanding was what he'd actually said was if prices do fall by 35%, the banks can cope, which is kind of a good news story. But that kind of made everybody think, do you know what, if I don't have to move over the next 6 months, I'm going to wait to see what happens. People are very worried if Brexit happens, if they buy now, that prices will fall. However, what's really interesting is when you have that uncertainty and those price falls don't really seem to materialise, people start going, well, I'm having a baby, getting divorced, getting married, I found a property and there is a shortage of properties, so I might as well get on the ladder. Nothing seems to be happening. And I think that's happening at the moment, because reports for areas like London and the South East, where it has slowed, are that actually they're starting to pick up again, albeit at slightly lower prices.
Kate Faulkner, thank you very much indeed.
Welcome.